Hi, my name is Angie, and I'm one of the volunteers at Books Aloud. I wanted to share with you this evening a very personal reason for why I volunteer at Books Aloud and have for the last 4 to 5 years. It's about my son, Andoni. When Andoni was 3 years old, he was diagnosed with brain cancer. And in the subsequent years, he has had over 15 brain surgeries, radiation treatments, and chemotherapy. While all of this medical assistance has kept the tumors in check, it has resulted in some pretty significant learning disabilities for Andoni. Andoni struggles with his memory, he struggles with his processing speed, and his reading comprehension is affected. I knew from a very early age that Andoni was having difficulty learning to read, and we were able to get him a lot of assistance with tutors and teachers and support programs that worked on teaching him to sound out the words and become a little bit more fluid in his reading. One of the things we did was he would read out loud to me his book, and that seemed to help. It wasn't enough, though, and that became poignantly clear one afternoon when he was reading aloud to me from a story called Where the Red Fern Grows. Some of you might be familiar with this story. It's just a heart-wrenching story about an abused dog who finds a mate, and seemingly love conquers all. And it was near the end of the story, and Andoni was reading to me, and he's paused and he looked up at me and he said, "Mom, why are you crying?" And I said, "Well, Andoni, it's so sad. The dog is dying." And Andoni looked at me in alarm and he said, "What? The dog is dying?" And in that moment, I realized that Andoni didn't understand what he was reading. He'd been laboring so much to sound out those letters and words that he just couldn't let his brain relax and enjoy the storyline and follow it. From that point on, I would beg, borrow, purchase any book on tape, CD, download, anything I could get my hands on to help him, because I realized that with that support, he could focus more on the text, the storyline, the creativity, the skill of the author, and he got so much more out of reading. He became fairly successful at reading. He became successful academically. Years of hard work earned Andoni the Mr. Persistent Award in junior high school, the Fremont Union Foundation Award in high school, and acknowledgement in 2009 from none other than President Obama in a speech that he gave on education to the nation. And those moments were highlights for Andoni and for our family, because they pointed to the struggles he'd been through and how much he had succeeded in his life. But that hard work alone doesn't do it and couldn't do it. It takes more than that. It takes the tremendous support of special education departments at the local schools, and it takes wonderful organizations like Books Aloud. I'm proud to say that Andoni graduated from college last year. He's working full-time. He loves to play golf. He loves watching The Simpsons. And he loves to read. Our family is eternally grateful to organizations like Books Aloud for helping Andoni become a successful member of our society and a happy young man. And I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting Books Aloud. I believe Andoni is sitting in the audience tonight with his dad, and maybe Andoni could just stand up and give a wave. And again, thank you to all of you.